Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Stressed.
We'll get to that in a minute. Hello, everyone. So today I have Chip Holloway here, which, fun fact, I just found out how he got his nickname.
Yeah.
It's Marshall Holloway, which I think I've always known your first name, but I never...
Yeah, it was cool for a
Used
while because if somebody read in the police log that Marshall Holloway got arrested, they wouldn't know it was Chip. But now too many people know Marshall and Chip is the same guy.
Maybe you shouldn't have it on your email signatures.
You just blew my cover.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about that. We'll just edit that part out maybe one day.
I'll just try not to get arrested. That's probably the best idea.
Just don't have too much fun at the fair.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess
everybody has fun at the fair except me.
Well, yeah, because you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
There's always like one or two things I really want to like free up time to see. Never happens.
Well, that's what we're here to talk about today, at least, is the fair.
The fair.
And all the exciting things. Yes, finally the fair.
Yeah, seems like it's been a decade.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a while.
Yeah.
My poor little son, I was like, hey, we're going to the fair this weekend. He's like, what's that, Mom?
Yeah, what's a fair?
He was like, what's the fair? And I was like, and I was trying to explain the Destruction Derby.
Right.
So I had to put on Cars 3 for him when they have like the Mrs. Fritter bus and cars hitting each other.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're going to go to this? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, so we're going to Disneyland? And I was like, yeah. But for Ridgecrest.
Disneyland with dirt.
Yeah. So, well, thank you for being here today. And then this is airing right now before the city council meeting tonight. So be sure to tune into that on YouTube on the City of Ridgecrest channel.
Yeah.
All right.
See what the crazy mayor will do next.
Oh, what is he up to? Someone else put him on. Isn't he supposed to be on your leash or something?
Yeah, I can't control him.
So before we talk about this year's fair, what are some favorite memories of yours from before?
One of my frustrations with our fair, not to be negative, but
the W word?
No, not that, but it's like I grew up, I'm not a country boy by any stalk of the imagination, but I always, no matter where I lived, I went to every fair. I was like, everybody went to the fair. You just went to the fair, even if you had nothing to do with anybody there. And our community doesn't buy into the fair like that. It's been my frustration. And we have a town of 30,000 people, and we get the lowest attendance of any fair in California.
Really?
Yes. And people, get frustrated that we don't have big name entertainment or whatever. Well, we can't afford it because people don't show up.
So everybody come out and say hi to us at the fair
Since I've been there, I've increased the entertainment budget by over 100%.
Okay.
This year, there's over $50,000 in paid for entertainment.
And there's a lot coming up. We're going to talk about that today. There's some fun things coming this year.
And we lowered the ticket price.
Yeah.
$5 for anybody. It's $5. There's no haggling, no senior, no kids, no military. It's $5.
And kids 5 and under are free.
Right. And on Sunday, 12 and under is free.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So kids 12 and under can get in on free on Sunday. And on Sunday, if you come bring any pet foods, at least $5 worth of pet food, you get in free from 12 to 3.
Oh. And where does the pet food go to?
We're going to split it between the animal shelter and Almost Eden.
Oh, okay.
They're both
so local.
Do stuff for animals, yeah. And that's been popular for the last few years. We always get that. But yeah, that's just a personal gripe. I mean, I love the people that come because they're loyal, but I can't tell you how many people that they don't even come take a peek.
I always remember growing up, and I have to say probably around 14, 15, I would go with like my friends.
Right.
And my parents were like, don't you want to go with us? And I'm like, no, it's not cool.
Right.
But I just remember growing up that way. So I think
it's still like that because the carnival dictates the hours. We put, to midnight, and rarely do we stay to midnight, open to midnight.
I don't even know if I could stay up till midnight.
Yeah, but I love the fair, and I wish I could have gotten this business 30 years ago. It's a fun business, but
one of my favorite memories is I think it was 2018. One of the carnies put up a random post on a Facebook thing they needed a crock pot. So apparently they do all their foods for crock. I know this is getting off the rails.
Right.
So I just happen to have extras because I always do holiday things like dips or cocoa
Right.
and stuff like that. So I was like, I can spare, a crock pot. And I was like, don't worry about it. They gave me wristbands and like tickets and everything. And like when I showed up, they're all, oh, what does your son want? Here, you pick out a stuffed animal, all this stuff. It was, for one crock pot, it was the
Right.
best fair I'd ever been to.
Best investment you ever made. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best thing ever. I was like,
Yeah, because
walking around there like, you must have spent hundreds of dollars. And I was like, no, a crock pot.
yeah, that's funny.
So it was the kindest, like, small town feeling ever.
Yeah, and we're really lucky because the carnival we have is Butler Amusements, and they would never do a fair our size because we're too small.
Mm-hmm.
But we catch them. They just get done with the big they call it the big Fresno Fair
Okay.
in Fresno, and they're on their way to shut down for the winter. So they take 3 months off after us. So we get them because they shut down in Indio. So we're on their route. So otherwise, that's why our dates are kind of stuck where they are. I get a little frustrated because we're so close to Halloween.
You quit getting frustrated and
Because we
just
got
have
to
some
compete
fun.
with Halloween carnivals, So a lot of people that would normally show up at our fair as far as vendors and stuff,
They're
some of these
preparing.
carnivals are they used to be like a one-day thing. Now they're 10, 12 days, pumpkin patches and everything else. So a vendor's going to go to a longer event than a 2 or 3 day event. So, but I do still hold to this promise, and I tell everybody, we are the best little fair in California.
We really are. We get
Because-
the big time flair, it sounds like.
I spend the money on entertainment. I want my mental state when I prepare a schedule for the fair is if you have no money, if you got 2 or 3 kids, you're a single mom, or you're just a struggling family, and you can't afford the rides. We want you to go on the rides because everybody likes the rides. But if you can't afford the rides,
we don't.
you just can barely afford to get in the fair. I want you to see value in your what used to be $8 and $10, and now it's $5.
Yeah.
But so I give you entertainment. It's family friendly, somewhat geared to kids, but there's something for everybody. And I want you to be able to walk out and say that was the best $5 I ever spent. And I've told everybody
Yeah.
if they feel like it's not, I'll give them their money back, and nobody's asked for their money back ever. So
Gonna be hunting you down. Well, let's go ahead and jump right on into what's going on this weekend. So every day we got some events, right? Junior Livestock is back.
junior livestock, yeah, we lost our people that were local, and we had another couple pick up the mantle, which we're really happy.
Oh, okay.
Tamara and Mike Unzel from Bakersfield.
Well, yeah, thank you.
But they've got a lot of experience in junior life. Now, Curtis and Angie, who used to do it,
Mm-hmm.
the Moores, did a great job with our junior livestock, added, improved the facility and everything else. They're coming in to help. They'll be flying in tomorrow.
So they will be here
They'll
for.
be here, yeah.
Okay.
But it's great that we got the Bakersfield folks, and they brought some bodies to help clean up and everything, which is something that's always fun. And they cleaned up this weekend. And then, of course, the wind hit Monday. But I've looked at the, knock on wood, we're not going to have that issue this weekend. But
So I was kind of like caught off guard by that too, because I was looking and I was like, okay,
yeah,
something's got to be wrong because the fair's in town.
yep.
Because we're preparing all of our farm animals at our house, like preparing for it all. And
Right.
because Monday's wind just knocked us down.
The that's kind of a misnomer though. That wind theory for the fair, we used to have 2 fairs. Remember,
Yeah.
we had a spring fair and a
And a fall fair.
The fall fair typically isn't windy. It's that spring fair that used to be so windy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we've only had one. I've had one wind out since I've been here since 2015. Knock on wood, because the single best friend of a fair CEO is the weather. It determines anything, how good you are more than anything.
Right. I'm always like nervous I'm going to get stuck on the zipper.
Right, it's
Like-
there. I just saw them. They were setting it up.
Oh. I'm always I see them like lock it in with that pin, and I'm like, I'm just gonna die. It's gonna be one gust of wind that just takes me out.
That's another frustration I have. I get free rides and I never get to ride.
So rides are already starting to come in.
Yeah, they're here. They've been here. They're setting them up today. They're
That's the
already setting
best
them
part
up.
of the fair to me is all the lights, like seeing everything, like the
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, oh yeah, and the smells.
Yes.
The food smells, not the livestock smells. The
Yeah.
food smells.
We'll
But even livestock has a unique smell that's kind of cool if you're not used to that.
You know what it is. So livestock, it's open.
Yeah, their show starts Thursday, but the fair doesn't open till 4:00 Friday. But the big thing for the junior livestock that we really encourage people to come out is for their auction at 4:00 on Saturday.
Right.
Which is these kids work all year. They raise these animals, and then they sell their animal to get enough money to buy a new animal. to start the process all over again.
And I think that's great for the children in our community to learn that aspect.
I mean, they get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, and they got to
yeah.
feed these kids. I don't know how they don't get more attached to them as I get older. I'm like, how do you do that? Especially when you raise a big steer or something like that, because they have personalities. Steers, cows have personalities. I never realized.
Yeah.
And so, but neither here nor there. But
I didn't learn
anybody
that
that wants to come to the auction, just get a hold of it on Facebook or go to the website, the Junior Livestock, and
what type of
they'll
animals?
get you a pass. We got goats, lambs, pigs, some steer. No poultry because there's been a flu for a couple of years, so there's no poultry.
Okay.
And I think that's the main ones.
And these kids are raising them and auctioning them off for people to raise themselves. Like I can go home with a new pet.
No, well, you got to slaughter them.
Oh, is that included in the price?
No.
Dang.
But there is
bacon.
When you're there at the auction, they do give you the price, the bid price, what your bid price would look, slaughter or not slaughter, something like that. I can't. I'm probably using the wrong term.
You'll probably see us there. Don't worry.
Yeah, but that question has come up a lot to me though, for people that want to just buy an animal but don't want it slaughtered.
Well, so my husband, I started with chickens. All I wanted was chickens, and then he showed up at home with ducks. And now he's showing up at home with pigs. And I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this?
It's
like, are
really
we
a
living off the
state
grid?
law, because if you put an animal in an auction, there are literally people that go around and try to cheat the system with the state and win prizes with their animals. So they can, in theory, buy an animal that's a prize-winning animal and then turn around and go to another fair. And then they can breed.
Oh, come on now.
They breed that animal and get money for breeding it. So that's kind of why that's there.
Well, he wanted to go. He's like, maybe we can just win the auction and like get another pig, because we are raising for slaughter.
Right.
And I was like, really? The kids do all the work for us. That's no fun.
No, and it's
So we also have the HO train display.
That's something new this year. There's a club from down in Southern California, a multitude of clubs
Okay.
that came together, and they took the entire building of Sage,
Okay.
which is 3,000 square feet, and that train set goes entirely around that building.
What?
There's just enough room for you to walk, between the train set and the building. And there's all they've got a mock-up of the space shuttle launching. They've got like a mock-up of Pearl Harbor. All the little stuff that goes around a train set.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So
Is it
it's
like
free.
The Christmas Village type?
It's kind of like what we do here, but it's just every section's got a different theme, and it's great. I mean, it takes them 3 weekends to set it up. So
What?
And then we're going to have
crazy.
We have George Pruitt in town, who has the train that people ride on. And at Christmas time, they're bringing some of that train here, not to ride on, but in our still exhibits, which is now moved. Sage used to be where the still exhibits were. When we moved the still exhibits to Joshua Hall, which is the hall close to the office. But he's going to have some of his bigger trains in there just for people to see.
So if people are looking for still exhibits, go straight on back.
Straight to Joshua Hall now. But Sage is absolutely full with trains, and it's free. That's a must see. And then our regular train club has a huge train set in there that's was impressive until you see the one in Sage, and they'll be open the whole time, and they're always looking for new members. And
Well, that's always fun.
They go year round at the fairgrounds, but so we encourage people to go that. Also, it's something didn't make the list. It was a last minute add on. Friday night, they're Down in the Dirt Productions is doing a 4D barrel racing and team roping in the arena.
What?
And that's free to the public. You can just go watch it. And then there's entry fees. They're promoting it on Facebook. I'm not 100% sure.
Now, is there mutton busting?
No mutton busting that I know of. But that's something that we wanted.
I got a little 4-year-old that just wants to get out there.
I know people have been asking for that, but my rodeo group's they all grew up, so they're all gone.
Oh, so now we got to start all over again.
Yeah, so we got to find a new group to take on the rodeo. But
If anybody is interested in taking on the rodeo, feel free to message me and I will get you in contact with Chip.
yeah. But you need a lot more than one person. It's a big job, but
Yeah, I'm sure.
and bringing in a paid rodeo just doesn't meet our budget. So that's a frustration. But
if we
they're
get
going to
people
go for
to
sure
go to the
Friday
fair,
night, and they may go Saturday morning too. But I'm not sure if they're going to go Saturday morning. Depends on how many entries they got on Friday night. You want to taking on until Saturday morning.
Huh. And so anyone at the fair Friday can just go check it out.
Just go check it out. There's no ticket required.
Okay.
Just to get in the fair, you got to buy a ticket to get in the fair.
But speaking of tickets, and we have some pre-sale priced tickets here at Desert Valleys going on for something on Sunday.
That's the
Destruction
Destruction Derby. We changed it from demo.
I know. Why you guys got to change things up on me?
But yeah, and the tickets are selling fast for that. But we did it. We were able to add 600 seats this year.
Oh, that's amazing.
So we should hopefully we sell out and we'll go to standing room only. But
so for everybody interested, cars crashing into each other are back.
Yeah, and we've got multiple. We got a good set of cars this year. So it's probably going to be a 3 to 4 hour show.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah, it's looking like that. I mean, assuming the cars last.
So it's going to close down the night, huh?
Yeah, because the fair ends at 10 o'clock on Sunday night, so this will be the last thing for the fair. But
so we're going to be out there that night giving away some fun stuff and everything, making some noise. So if you see me out there, come say hi. Maybe bring me a hot cocoa or a coffee.
That Destruction Derby is done all by a group of volunteers that we didn't have them too. Debbie Benitez is the lead.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of volunteers that make that happen. So tell people to support that because that's another thing that would go away without a group of volunteers.
And it seems like that's always a big draw for people.
Yeah, David Hazelwood, who passed away 2 years ago, kind of built that in Ridgecrest, and it went to the fair originally, and then it went away for a while, and we got it back, and so we're happy to have it back, but it's kind of a tradition. Someone
saw me today, actually, when I was running and grabbing the mail, and they're like, we saw somewhere that you guys are selling tickets, and I was like, yeah, you can come by and grab them. And
you are actually the only place you can buy tickets other than online or at the fairgrounds. And you have to, even if you buy online, you still have to come turn in your will call for a physical ticket just because of the way we have to count.
And we have the physical tickets here, and they're pretty cool looking.
But if you're worried that you want to make sure there's a physical ticket waiting for you, you got the online option and something new this year, which is called Texture Ticket. So if you get to the fairgrounds and you see a big line at the ticket booth, all you do is text 760-760-2226. You can purchase your tickets on your phone, and we'll scan them. You don't have to get in that line. You just walk right to the gate.
Oh, you guys are fancy now.
We're trying to go high tech.
So I'll make sure.
But you can do that now. You don't have to wait till you're there. You can do it right now and have it on your phone.
And then people can also purchase off the website, right?
You can purchase on the website. You can come to the fair office between 10 and 4.
Okay.
Somebody's there for the people that want to get their demo derby tickets without waiting in line.
And then the demo derby ticket itself includes your admission to the fair for Sunday only.
Yeah, and people have asked. 5 and under is free for the derby. 12 and under gets 12 to 5, I guess I should say, or 6 to 12 is a $15 ticket, kids ticket.
Yep. So, but we have those here, and we also have wristband pre-sale tickets.
Yeah, wristbands are save $5 until 4 o'clock Friday, so come get your wristbands here or online. And the wristband, you just can take those with a scanner too. The butler will have a scanner at the ticket booths, and they'll exchange that for a.
Everything's getting so techie.
Well, yeah, between techie and COVID, they wanted to go. Hands off as much as possible.
Contactless.
Yeah, contactless payments, correct.
So, as far as entertainment, we have some big bands coming.
We got 2 bands that have been here before that were really popular.
Okay.
Life in the Fast Lane, which is an Eagles tribute.
I'm excited for them.
On. And then it's these guys. I'm not a big Creedence Clearwater fan, but my fiance is. She loves them. But, the way our place is set up, you can't not hear the bands.
Exactly.
And I remember their first year, I was like, these guys are like spot on. I mean, and they're back, and they're playing Sunday night. And then new this year is Bad Miller, which is a tribute to Bad Company and Stephen Miller Band.
When I saw that, I was like, who are these people?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, there's someone new.
Right. And then just fun. We got an 80s Big Bad Boogie, which is 80s music, obviously. And then we do a 60s Summer of Love, which is more the Motown 60s and some of that 60s mellow stuff. And then another night we have Sons of Rock and Roll, which is just classic rock.
I'm excited for that.
Which you get a lot of that with Bad Moon Rising and Life in the Fast Lane. Mm-hmm. But they pick some of your other favorite groups in there too.
And then you also have Salsa Steel.
Salsa Steel will be playing in the food court. Believe it or not, it's an older couple.
Okay.
They play steel drums, and they'll play everything from Bon Jovi to Michael Jackson on steel drums.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It
And-
sounds like dueling pianos, but with steel drums or something.
They'll be just kind of there for atmosphere in the food court. I think they're going to play 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on the website looking over the schedule, and I was like, they're on here a lot. Who are these people?
Yeah. I encourage people to go to the website because the schedule, because you get 2 or 3 chances to see them, so you don't have to worry about it. If I go see the show, I'm not going to get to see it. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to. If you spend 4 hours at the fair, I'm hoping you don't have to make a choice to skip something. I'm hoping you get a chance to see everything.
Do a little bit of all of it.
Yeah, and every show. Another show that's really, I haven't seen it myself, but everybody I've talked to that's seen it, other fair managers, 2 shows that I was recommended to me by other fairs was Birdman, who does a show with all kind of birds,
Like real birds.
real birds, and then Mickey O'Connor.
The comedy show.
He does a comedy show and he never speaks. He does what's called physical comedy, but he's been all over. He's played
Okay.
stadiums. He's on 2 Nickelodeon shows, so the kids may know him better than us. But he's great. And then Jack Sparrow is back with the
Oh.
Pirate Show. He was voted the #1 show in 2019.
So I just saw his video on, I believe, Facebook,
Right.
welcoming back or that he's going to be here again.
Right,
So I'm
yeah.
actually very excited to see that.
And another cool thing this year is the Daily Independent has sponsored Freddie Perez, who does the kids' game shows.
Uh-huh.
And he's right when you walk in the fair on your right. He's been a staple at the fair.
Uh-huh.
But he's doing a $30,000 frisbee toss contest. So somebody in Ridgecrest, they're going to do the contest, I think, at 4:30 on Saturday. And we'll have a chance to, if they can throw this frisbee, I don't know how far it is, through this square, they can win $30,000. And that was sponsored by the Daily Independent.
Stop it.
Yep.
There's
the
a
first
Frisbee
year,
group in town, too.
there's a guy that hit it the first year he tried that. He literally hit like an inch below the hole.
No
He
way.
came close, yeah.
So we were out, I think it was Parade of 1,000 Flags,
Right.
and they have those buckets and everything out at Freedom Park. And I was like, what are these for? And it's for Frisbee.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I never knew that. One day we were driving
Yeah,
by,
it's
and there's a Frisbee
golf.
town.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they're doing that on a lot of big golf courses now just to supplement because it's hard to make money on just golf.
so another group, I should say, that I'm excited that you're bringing back is All Alaskan.
Yeah.
The picture of Chip with the pigs.
That was my #1 biggest mistake as a fair CEO. My second year, I think I said, I'm done with pigs. Everywhere I go, there's pigs. Pigs are here every year. I want something. I'm bringing turkeys. I think I brought ducks.
What else did you bring? You brought in, was it those stingrays one time?
Stingrays were here
Manta
last
rays?
year. Yeah, I was trying to bring the stingrays this year, but I think they all got COVID. I can't find them.
Oh, no.
But one thing I learned is people want pigs every year.
Yeah.
There's no choice. And the Alaskan pigs are probably the best. I've had 2 to 3 different versions of pigs, but Alaskan racing pigs is by far the best. They do the best show.
I think the atmosphere that they create and everything is so fun.
Right. And then they do, in between the pig shows, they do the kids' pedal pullers where the kids ride the tractors and pull weights.
So I've never seen that,
Yeah.
but I saw it on the schedule this year.
It's cool.
How do I sign my kid up?
They just come to their booth and just get on the list. And
Just
then-
going to throw them out there.
Yeah, it's fun because they have all age groups.
Okay.
And it's just,
So I can
just
sign
keep
my
it-
big kid
I've
up, my
seen the-
35-year-old kid
I've seen
too.
the girls beat the boys, put it that way.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
The
And then another one is buck trout.
buck trout is hilarious. He's always flirting with my fiance, so I almost didn't bring him back, but he's so funny I had to. But Buck's a puppet that literally drives around the fairgrounds and just heckles everybody.
Oh, this will be fun.
And
I feel like he might be the one getting arrested
make sure
this
you
weekend.
find him because he's so unique. So I've talked to people that didn't miss him and didn't see him. But if you go look in the schedule when he's going to be out, because it's
look
so
for
unique.
Buck trout.
Buck trout's fun to see, and then Who am I forgetting? Mickey. We talked about Mickey O'Connor, and we talked about Freddie. Freddie's doing the frisbee contest, but he does games and he gives away prizes all throughout the
All
fair.
throughout then.
So it's
Okay.
right, either catch him when you come in or catch him on your way out.
We talked
But
about
he's the tallest Filipino in California,
what?
and he's proud to let everybody know that. So when you see Freddie go, are you really that tall, Freddie? So
This little fun fact.
yeah, fun fact, tallest Filipino in California.
I'm gonna have to remember that. Maybe I'll get a picture of him and Darren
Yeah.
and see who's the taller.
Freddie's a good guy. He's been at every fair since I've been here, and he really likes the kids, and kids like. And he's got a totally new setup this year. So I'm
Oh,
excited to see what it looks like. So
and $30,000 for somebody to win.
Get some of Don Watkins' daily independent money. $30,000.
So we also have Jeremy the Juggler.
Jeremy the Juggler is another one that was recommended by other fairs. That's just high energy guy. He's going to be all over the place. He's great with the kids. He juggles stuff on fire.
What?
He juggles. I think he might even juggle a chainsaw. I'm not sure, but he juggles everything.
And he's just walking around juggling.
He does it half the time on a unicycle.
Oh, okay.
So Jeremy, thank God we got the asphalt fixed, because some of these guys I wouldn't bring, like Buck Trout, until I got the asphalt repaired. And something I did this year that people are going to notice is we improved all our concession stands.
Ooh,
improve
so
our concession
faceless
stand.
over there.
So we had to redo the ceilings and put beams because the awnings were falling down. So
Well, I'm glad.
We did a few. I always try to do a few little things that people will notice to improve the actual grounds.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, it makes you want to keep coming, and
right,
it's exciting to go.
and that's why we have to charge, mainly to pay for the entertainment, but
To bring people big names
yeah,
here.
but we also want to improve the facilities, because the facilities used year round.
Yeah.
And
We were just there in August
right,
for Desert Valleys. We did our Employee Appreciation Day there,
Right.
and it looked great.
right, yeah. 4th of July this year was the first event we'd had in like over a year.
And that was a huge turnout.
Yeah, we had a great turnout for 4th of July. The
So you guys also have a petting zoo and camel ride?
oh yeah,
camel?
we got
Like a real camel?
Yeah, real camels. You have to pay extra for that, but it's still worth it. Where else you going to ride a camel without flying 13,000 miles?
That's
But
true.
They're going to be back in the Earl Powers. They used to be right when you walked in, but we moved them back to the fairgrounds.
Okay. So over back by where our mobile ranch will be?
Yeah, in that area, which is supposed to be there already, by the way. And the petting zoo, you won't be able to miss it. It's going to be this big blue, like a circus tent.
Okay.
But they're bringing a larger version of the petting zoo, because although I failed to mention in any advertising, our theme is family fun, food, and farm animals this year. So I thought it would be a good idea to have a few farm animals, since we don't have a whole lot in Ridgecrest other than our junior lifestyle.
Other than the auction.
But
So,
we're getting all about animals is bringing a really big petting zoo. So
food is
check
in
out.
there as
Yeah.
one of the
we
themes.
got food. We got 14 food vendors. A bunch of our local vendors have stepped up, and some of that, we got all the fair staples of funnel cakes and the corn dogs and the fried cheeses, and we got the rainbow cheese
The
grilled cheese
rainbow
sandwiches.
grilled cheese.
Yeah, William Gardner brings it. He's gonna have the grilled corn.
Oh, like the Mexican
Yeah,
corn?
the Mexican corn, all that. And, Lions Club's there. F and Tacos is gonna be there. Peter Fresh is gonna be there.
Everybody who sees me this weekend, don't judge me.
Yeah,
Don't judge me.
No diets. The diets start on we'll start November 1st.
No. There's no more diets for the rest of the year.
Yeah. That's pretty much right. You're right.
So, all the food stuff and then beer on site?
Beer Partners is doing the beer because Friends of the
Oh,
Fair, those
okay.
guys retired right during COVID. We had big shout out to Larry Hauser and his group. 40 years they did Friends of the Fair. Our Friends of the Fair was the first Friends of the Fair, and that's another fun fact. The first Friends of the Fair in California.
Really?
And then other fairs started foundations, and we will rebuild Friends of the Fair. We just couldn't get it going in time for the fair this year.
Hey, at least we got a fair this year.
Yeah, so that's we're going to be a little short on vendors, because all the fairs are, because a lot of vendors went out of business.
Okay.
A lot of vendors are older and too afraid to come out yet, and then some of the vendors that want to come out can't get labor.
Oh.
But I talked this over because I was real frustrated about it. But every single fair's having this problem, and they're saying it doesn't matter. The crowds are so happy to get out that they understand, and the carnival seem to be breaking records, and the attendants seem to be breaking records. So I expect us to break records.
I know. Hopefully we can
we-
break some records here.
Yeah.
Get some high numbers
'cause
out.
it will be fun. I promise you, you will have fun.
Yeah.
You may not be able to spend as much money as you usually do on vendors, but you won't be able to buy that $300 curling iron, I don't think. But
Well-
there are some vendors here. Definitely go support the vendors that are coming here.
Now,
Because
is
we
there
appreciate
anyone? What is the one that you can shuck your own oyster?
No,
Have
there
you
was
heard of that
where you
one?
could- yeah, there was one where you could find a pearl. And I
Yeah.
think in Bishop they had a thing where you could pan for gold.
Never even heard of that one.
Yeah, so yeah.
I've always wondered about that. I'm like, how do I shuck my own oyster? And then I'm like, do I really want to do that? I'm like,
Have you ever eaten a raw oyster?
yeah, I love those
Yeah, I
all the
love
time.
oysters. Yum.
I love going to Port San Luis on
Right.
Sundays when they get their catches in and getting them out there.
Yeah, I'm from Louisiana. We eat oysters like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like the Pacific oysters because they're a little bit smaller, so you don't have to take that
You
big
don't have to,
glob oyster.
yeah. And it's like, their shell and like something else in there.
Yeah,
It's just,
right, right,
no,
right.
that's always not fun.
Don't tell my friends in Louisiana I said that I'd be banished from the state forever.
Okay, so we're just going to ban this episode from
Yeah,
Louisiana.
just cut that out.
Just overlay on it, voice overlay. Well, it sounds like this weekend's
No,
going to
but
be
we got
fun.
a great show. I expect everybody to have a great time. Spend a few hours there. Plan 4 or 5 hours. If you want to do everything, you need 4 or 5 hours. If you're gonna go see Birdman, Alaskan Pigs,
Well, I think also for $5 entry, you could plan to go a couple days.
yeah, it
if
looks
not
like
all
we're gonna have
three.
great weather. Might be a little chilly at night. Looks like we're gonna have in the 60s at night, but
I definitely know for the Derby, I already busted out my winter jacket.
yeah.
So I'll be out there. You guys can come by and say hi, get some fun stuff from the Desert Valleys
Right.
crew, and, heckle me about my coffee.
Yeah.
But we'll be at the Derby, and we're just excited to have you guys back.
Yeah, we're just glad to have a fair this year. I mean, they literally canceled the AV fair about a week before they were supposed to go. So
Oh,
I
wow.
wasn't really sure we were having a fair probably until about today. When they started setting up rides,
You're like, okay, it's happening.
and we are going to have sanitizer everywhere. And right now, Kern County has no restrictions. So anybody who's worried about having to show a vaccination card or wear a mask, you're welcome to wear a mask. We're not going to require a mask.
Okay.
And we're not checking vaccine cards or anything else. Just use common sense, everybody. Ridgecrest has done pretty well.
Yeah.
We still have it still is in Ridgecrest, but for the most part, everybody's used common sense and
So we get to
stay
come
safe.
out and it feel like
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, just stay. We're going to be out. 90% of what you do at the fair is outside anyway, so we should all be much safer outside. And
I'm more worried about my allergies with the dirt.
yeah, exactly.
But so you can get tickets here at Desert Valleys for the demo derby as well as wristbands.
And wristbands,
You can purchase tickets online at the website
right? DesertEmpireFair.com if you don't know that already.
or text 760-760-2226.
Yep.
And you text TIX, right?
Yeah,
Tix?
yeah. Do that just for the fun of it. Even if you don't follow through, it's kind of cool. It's cool.
Okay.
It's kind of cool just to see how it works.
So TIX, guys.
Yeah, yeah. And I actually think even if you don't punch in something in there, it comes up. But
Really?
yeah, I'm encouraging people to put ticks just to be safe because that's what works.
So they just start typing. They're like, hey, Chip, how do I buy tickets?
Yeah, if you just type the number and hit send, I think it'll come up.
Well, there we go. Well, it's exciting, and we'll see you out there walking around
Yeah,
somewhere.
I'll be the guy with his hair on fire.
You ain't got much hair left. Come on. Can't be looking like me I was 2 years ago.
I know you passed me and then some,
I know.
but we're happy that we're happy you have hair. We're happy you're here.
Yes, me too. Well, thank you so much for
Hey,
taking some
thank you
time
for
out to
giving me
talk
some
with
time.
everybody.
Yeah, I probably couldn't do this tomorrow, but I'm glad we had time today.
Well, that's why you're here today.
Yeah, come out here. You got 2 days till the fair. Get your tickets. Get out here.
So Friday at 4.
Right. Actually, 2 days. It'll be 1 day. Huh?
Yeah.
You count Thursday,
One day.
Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Friday, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, Friday at 4.
And you can come more than 1 day. There's plenty of different foods to try. There's a different band every night. So no excuses.
And there's no shame if you go multiple days.
$5, can't go to. $10 is a movie, right?
I was going to say, I think
all.
it's, yeah,
2 hours. So sorry, Kelly.
even on throwback days.
Yeah.
We still like your popcorn.
Yeah.
Well, I hope to see everyone out there this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because I know I'll be getting my food.
Yeah.
And then for sure Sunday at the demo derby or destruction derby.
Destruction. I'll let Debbie know.
I know. Thank you for being here again, Chip.
Thanks.
Have a good night, everybody.
See you.
Oh, I know.